Welcome back to the Elevate Collection podcast. We are so excited today to introduce you to the amazing Shari Nycole. Welcome to the podcast.
Jordan and Alex?
Welcome. We're so happy that you're here. Y'all, you're in for such a treat today because Shari Nycole, first of all, she's amazing and she's incredible style. But outside of that, she is an award-winning journalist, producer, and media powerhouse with a career spanning TV One, PBS, Essence, Fox Soul, from launching the first Black daily news program to producing powerful content across television, radio, and nationally syndicated Sister Circle Live and digital platforms. She's known for telling bold, beautiful stories that inform, inspire, entertain, and truly have an impact. She continues to lead with authenticity and grace, both in media as well as the space of health and wellness, and honestly, just being an incredible human. And we're so happy that we get to share this time with you today.
Thank you guys. The awkward part is now over.
Done. You're like sitting here talking about myself.
I do not do the best with intros, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you. Well, obviously such an impressive career that you have built and an incredible influence that you have across all of these several, spheres of society, we'll say. Tell us where it started.
Whew. That's interesting.
Tell us where you started, though. We want to know about you. Yes, we can pull up a LinkedIn or resume, but tell us about you.
Well, in 1986, I was born.
Period.
I'm not gonna do that. It really started on the basketball court for me, to be honest.
Oh.
I played basketball from 8 years old to 23 years old, all the way through college. But midway through my experience, I had to transfer schools. So started off playing at the University of Wisconsin, was there for 2 years, really got disenchanted with just how things were working out at the program. I loved the school. As far as me being a student, I've been pretty astute my whole life. That wasn't the tough part. But being in a situation where I wasn't getting the most of my athletic experience, I just was not doing well with that. So in that transition to Northern Illinois University, where I finished my basketball career, I also made a shift with my major. So I started off, I'm going to be a business major. No, that's dumb, girl. You don't like math. After almost failing accounting and struggling through econ, I'm like, that's dumb. But I didn't realize how dumb it was until my academic advisor sat me down and she said, yo, look at your ACT scores in reading and writing and it's incredible. Are you sure you want to move in the business direction? Why don't you think about journalism? I was like, okay, girl, because I need to get some sleep at night. I'm tired of feeling like down about my academic performance when I know I can do better. I'm just probably misplaced. Mm-hmm. So we made the shift. And at Northern Illinois University, that's when I got into broadcast journalism, on the broadcast journalism track in the communications department with media studies, and it just changed my whole life. And it was in that moment where I fell in love with something that had nothing to do with basketball or sports, and I just found my purpose, outside the basketball court. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been that way ever since. Ended up going to Medill, which is the journalism school at Northwestern University, for a master's degree, and got that, and just got more experience under my belt, and just moved right into the producing track from there. I never wanted to be a producer, to be honest. Always wanted to be in front of the camera. That was my goal. But I think there was...
this face, though. She should be in front of a camera.
Guys. I had a lot of fear. And back then, it was traditional journalism. It wasn't there was no social media. Social media was just kind of coming out. I was in college, my freshman year of college, when Facebook came out. That shows you how old I am.
But that's what it was designed for.
Exactly. And here's the deal, now you have young people that are able to do content and just post. It wasn't like that when I was coming up. So it was still very much, if you want to be on camera, you have to do news. You have to go move somewhere you probably don't want to live. You're not going to make much money. I didn't want to hear any of that. And I didn't want to do news. So I said, well, how else can I work my way into what I want to do? And I was told, well, you can take the producing track. You'll be able to probably stay local, stay in Chicago, because at the time that's what I wanted to do. And from there, you can just work your way from the back of the camera to the front of it. And you can learn some other skills and get some experience and make money, better money faster. And I said, okay, I'm gonna try that. Yeah, girl, they didn't tell you when you get really good at producing, that's what people are gonna box you in as. It's gonna be very challenging for you to work your way to the front of the camera. And so that was my journey for probably 10 plus years, was producing and doing it well. Thank God. I do have the gift to do it, but there was always this pull on me. You know where you belong. You can do this. It's gonna serve you well. But your voice needs to be heard, your face needs to be seen. And I've always felt that, even as a child. And it's interesting, being able to put that childhood kind of inkling into manifesting it into something as an adult. Because you don't always know when you're younger what that means. But I realized in my early 20s, that's what that's for. So that's where my journey kind of started. And then the pandemic hit. Hey, pandemic. So guess what? Sister Circle gets canceled. I don't have a job. Everybody does. Most people can say that. And it was just that moment where it's like, God told me no more excuses.
Ooh.
You can make everybody else your excuse. You can make the boss that didn't give you the chance to be in front of the camera your excuse. You can make, I'm too busy producing. I don't have time to do my own content your excuse. Not anymore, because there's no one here. There's no job here. So I started Just a Thought with Shari Nycole, and it was just like an IG live series that I did. And I started reaching out to all the contacts I made in the industry.
Wow.
That was the gift that God gave me in producing. I met a lot of people.
Connections.
A lot of important people. And those same people I was able to call up and say, hey, I'm doing something on IG Live. I need you guys to pop on and get your client. Can they pop on? And just people started popping on.
Wow.
Helped my engagement. And it started legitimizing me in the space as talent, where a lot of people just saw me as a producer. So from there, kind of just continued to blossom. I still produce, as you all both mentioned, but now I'm able to be the media maven that I believe I'm called to be, and function in the duality of being in front and behind. So I hope I didn't take too long to tell that story, but that's where it started, and that's where we are.
I love the term media maven, one, and two, you just used the term duality, and I thought it was you. Everything is coming back to Beyonce apparently tonight or today.
That's because they made me go to the concert yesterday.
So good.
And I feel like I got hit by a bus, but it was an amazing experience.
But you don't look like it. So we don't want to hear it because you don't look like it at all. But Olivia had a necklace that said duality on it. So there's something there. I don't know what it is, but God is doing his big one apparently. So duality is a big thread in our communication today. So with that being said, okay, so we're here. This is the arena that we're in. Mm-hmm. And typically I ask this question, or one of us asks this question a little bit later because we're always curious, but I feel like it's appropriate now because I think it's going to lead to where you're making your impact of from childhood to now, and even like with basketball and then into being in media. Did you have a mama, I made it moment? That like, I'm doing this, y'all. Like, I did this, mama, I got it now.
That's a great question. And it's funny because I kind of asked that same question to people I interview. And I kind of formed it in the means of, when was the last time you said you were proud of yourself?
Ooh.
It's interesting how many of them say, probably like 5 years ago or never. I have not had that moment yet. And I think when you're an athlete, when you're young, when you're checking boxes, you're not in present. You're just not. I wish I would have been more when I was younger. Especially when I was playing basketball, I didn't realize how good it was until it was over.
Wow.
So mama, I made it. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really had that realization. I think I walk more in gratefulness than I have probably ever. And I started really trying to be intentional about that around like 35, 36, where it's like, yo, you have to be intentional in spaces. You have to be, and it's not that I was ungrateful, but it's just sitting in gratitude and being grateful to me are two different things. There's intention around sitting in gratitude versus I'm grateful, thank you, thank God, thank you, Jesus, versus, okay, I'm in a space with two amazing women. I feel honored to be a part of their podcast. I get to share energy with them. I get to learn from them. I get to share my story. Wow, thank you, God. I'm so grateful to be in this moment. You know what I mean? That's different than do the interview. Okay, well, I'm glad that worked. See you around. That's a whole different attitude.
Yeah, it is.
You can take more in. So I have not had that moment yet, and I think partly because I'm still pushing. But you just reminded me, like every day I get to do what I do as a mama, I made it. Essentially, it's its own miracle. So thanks for checking me, Alex.
Oh, I want to challenge you too, though. Like, are there goals? And the only reason I ask this because I feel like as women we do it, but I think also as ambitious women, and even being a woman in sports, we do that thing where we are consistently moving the goalposts. So we don't take the opportunity to celebrate ourselves and celebrate the achievements, because it's like the easiest, I feel like, analogy is the idea when you're like, I want to lose 5 pounds, right? I want to lose 5 pounds. You get to like 3 and you're like, nope, I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, girl, can you get to 5 and celebrate it first? So are there goals that you have for yourself right now? Like, what I want next, so that you have something to celebrate for yourself. Like, yes, you're sitting in gratitude, but I'm curious now, like, what is there a goal for Shari Nycole to be able to be like, I did that. I'm grateful and I'm sitting in gratitude. I'm grateful for it all. And this is beautiful. And like, I get to be here and life is a privilege. I get that. But you bust your behind. That's why you feel like you got hit by a bus, because you've been busting your tail.
Interesting question. I do have like a goal, and I hate to call it a goal, but I guess it can be. It has absolutely nothing to do with my professional life.
Okay.
Every year, the last couple of years, me and some of my closest friends, we have this gathering and talk about what we want for ourselves for the new year. We each have a word. And my word is shifted a little bit, but in that moment, it was parallel, because I felt like my personal and professional life have been perpendicular to each other for pretty much the entirety of my professional life.
Interesting.
So people see this upward tick of she's doing this and she's over here and she's talking to this person, she interviewed this person, she went on this trip, she produced this show. But it's like, she's single, she wants a family, she doesn't have it. Next progression professionally, she still wants to be a mom, she still wants to be a wife. There's this, where is that? So, or even I don't get out as much as I need to. Maybe I feel like I get hit by a bus because I don't go out enough. Not to say I got to be out here in these streets like that, but I'm just saying, like, just being out. If I'm not working, I really have to think about this. How often am I out when I'm not working? Not often at all.
Well, and it's tough too because sports and entertainment is a really small world.
Right.
So it's really difficult to find like a husband in the space because everybody's working together, everybody's doing everything. Like,
but there's still intention that I've had to kind of cultivate around that. So for me, the goal has nothing to do with my professional life. I have professional goals, but honestly, my biggest one at 39 is like, yo, how am I being intentional about creating the life that I want and manifesting that for myself in terms of being a wife, being a mother? Like, there is a biological clock that I'm on. What does motherhood look like if I'm maybe I don't have a husband? Maybe I want to be a mom. Ebony K. Williams did it. You know, there's other women that are taking that power back and saying, yo, I can be a mother and I don't need necessarily a man in my life right now to do that. Or I have a village of men that are willing to step in and be a mentor or be a father figure to this child. I want to have children. So for me, that's the goal. When I'm walking down the aisle, when I'm in the hospital holding my baby in my arms, my baby. Until then,
it's giving me chills again today. Chills all day today. It is insane. I love this. I love this. I think your word parallel is parallel a synonym for duality? Because it feels like they're very, very similar, right? Like, am I crazy?
Two things can be true
at the same time, or things can be running simultaneously. So that's where that duality exists. Like, I can be this and this.
And they're not impeding.
Yeah. So
the perpendicular piece is where you have like, there's this interruption of some sort because we're here. So to your point, duality does really function like, duality functions as a parallel. That's how that's a TED Talk. I don't know if you have your keynote set for the year or like what you're doing when you go do your TED Talks, but that is so powerful. Like, I feel like you've just like enlightened me because I feel like I'm sitting here and I'm like, what are there areas of my life that are perpendicular to each other when I believe they should be running parallel? Yeah. And even if
that's a challenge.
If they're running parallel, that doesn't necessarily mean they have to run at the same pace either. From a direction standpoint, we
should all be going like, if we're going up and to the right, I need to be in all these different areas. Should be up and to the right. Like, I don't want it to be this is going up, but this is coming this way.
Professional, personal life, no.
Oh, that is good.
That is good stuff.
See what I'm saying?
That is really good.
Yeah.
You've been able to garner a lot of influence.
You think so, Jordan?
I really think so.
Come on, COVID Instagram Lives. You said so too.
I, for one, look to you as a style icon.
See? Shout out. I got to shout out. I have a really great village. I am not a fashionista at all. I'm a sporty chic girl. So if I can do something like this is easy. But, one of my best friends, Selena Johnson, it's funny, but it's not. This is true. She helps me with my styling a lot. And I have some other friends that I have 2 younger sisters as well that kind of give me some tips as well. So it's not me. I have a village of amazing women that make sure I don't leave the house looking anything less than amazing. So I have to shout out them.
What is the comment? Like, if you came down these stairs, what is the comment if you're not looking like the way you need to look?
You know what? It's a bit calm, but it's like, nah. Take that shoe. You need to. No, sis. Come here. That shoe right there, you need to put that one on. That doesn't work. I'll give an even better example. This was maybe 7 years ago. And it's funny that Selena was a part of this story. I was living in DC at the time. She was in town doing a show. And we were just out and about, maybe getting lunch or something. And we were on our way to our next destination. And I used to get on her nerve because I wasn't a purse girl. I'm still kind of not. I like a nice bag, but I'm not really a purse girl.
I will forever be like, Alex, will you hold my card?
Yeah,
I will show up with nothing. I have nothing in my card and my thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, I did not mean to interrupt, but.
No, we're the same person. Now you give me a nice bag, I'll turn up. But if it's not a nice bag, you got a fanny pack. You saw me. I came with a fanny pack strapped across my shoulder.
That's my girl.
I'm not a purse girl. So I used to put my wallet and keys in my back pocket. Now, mind you, I'm like late 20s. Right? And she used to be like, you look like a janitor. What are you doing with these keys?
You just need keys now.
Like, she's a carabiner.
Oh my God, right? So I just be like, whatever. I was super defensive back then too. So I would just be like, whatever. And we were driving to the next stop and we were in Georgetown. And I don't know if you know, in Georgetown, they have like this row of like shops and stores and all that. A lot of people go and they get stuff. And we were driving and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, stop the car up there. It's her talking to the driver. Stop the car. Stop right here. Up there at the Coach store, stop. She was like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of you walking around looking like a janitor. I'm tired of it. We're going to the store. You're getting a purse right now. And
that would be me.
We're getting a purse right now. She takes me to Coach. I'm so embarrassed. She's in the store. She needs a purse right now. She's walking around looking like a janitor every day. She needs a purse. So help her out. So the ladies were helpful. And I was just like so embarrassed and like, oh my God, like this is kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, it was a moment and it just shows like, it's also true sisterhood, right?
That's love.
You know, I don't want you walking around looking like this. Like as a young woman, there's still a way that you got to present yourself, especially when you're in spaces with people of influence. And so we got a purse. It was a very nice purse. I still have it to this day. I played it safe and got a black one.
See?
But,
Smart.
yeah, so it's those like, it's not allowed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a way too, we're now mature enough to receive that feedback, no matter if it's calm or like, girl, go back up there right now. That's not good. But we do like pictures too. We send each other pictures. If I'm in the store, what do you think? What do you think? To get that feedback in the text. But yes, I get a lot of help. Most of my friends are at least like 8 to 10 years older than me. So they really look out for me in that way.
Oh, that's so good.
They take care of me. They make sure I don't look crazy. Yeah.
We're just quickly humbled by our daughters these days. That's where a lot of our style advice is coming. It'll be like this look of like, where are you going? Like looking you up and you're like, I guess back upstairs. Because clearly I'm not aligned with what I need to look like today.
They'll be like,
But Caroline, or your daughter, her daughter said to her, she bought this cute little Ollie. So I thought it was cute. This little polka dot skirt. And she was like, why'd you buy that?
She's like, where would you even wear polka dots to? They don't even go with anything. I was like, polka dots are on trend right now. And the girl at the store like put this outfit together. And she was like, no. And I returned it. I took that baby right back to the store and was like, my daughter said no.
Oh my gosh.
These kids are something else with that. So that's our style advice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A good village and a circle is everything though. We talk about like creating the circle, doing circle checks. It's so important. Like the people who you started with aren't always the people that you finish with.
Right.
And there's a time, a reason, and a season. How, as you've grown, has your circle grown and changed?
My goodness. I think it's weird for me. Like there's a few people I keep up with from high school and college. I've never been that girl that keeps up with everyone. Social media wise, I'm good. You know, we'll keep up that way. But like really being in my life actively, very few people from like high school, college, grade school. But I've been embraced. Like the circle of older women I was telling you about, they're not older like that. They're like 40 and they're, you know, in their 40s, late 40s. But they've been my tribe. And I think when I was younger, I didn't really have a tribe. You know, you don't even understand the value of what that word really means. When you're young, it's like, okay, something's going on, you go out, you hang out. You know, if you got a vent about this guy you're going on a date with, or you want to complain about stuff, or you want to, like, it's just, it's these, like, I don't want to say immature, that's not the word, but just unevolved kind of relationships. I had a lot of that.
That's good.
Growing up, where it's like, you put up with people because you've known them for so long. There's your friend, they're your friend because you went to high school with them. They're your friend because you went to church with them, you grew up in the same church with them. And it's like, when I got to be 30-ish, we're cool. But friend, tribe member, not so much. I love you. I wish you the best. I love your family, you know, but tribe member, like you got me. Like you're somebody that's going to hold me accountable. You're somebody that's going to also celebrate my wins. And I learned that too. Like, some people you grow up with, they don't know how to celebrate you because they don't know how to celebrate themselves. They may have fear. They may be insecure about their own path. And so I've seen some of that too. And so the tribe that I have now, it's that balance of like celebration and accountability and locking arms with you and letting you know like you're not by yourself. And for me as a single woman, it's been super valuable to have that. And even like with platonic relationships with guy friends I have.
Right.
Men I met in the industry that have just embraced me, that were there when I was the producer on those carpets, trying to get to the front, right? And talking me through it and mentoring me through it. I have friends like that. Some of them, since I've met them, have gotten married. I love their wives. Like, you know, so I think the best friendships, honestly, that I've had have come in the last, like, probably 5 to 8 years. When they get grown up, I don't need any new friends. I have found that the best friends I have are the ones that came when I was a more mature human being. Yes. And that was in my latter 20s to top of my 30s. So grateful for everybody that I've been able to call a friend up to this point. But my circle's a lot smaller now. But I do have, I understand too, there's levels to it, right? I have industry friends.
Right.
People that are part of my industry that I absolutely love being around. They're great. But am I going to tell them my deepest, darkest secrets? Probably not. You know, and then I have, you know, my high school friends. Okay, hey y'all, hey.
Kiki, real quick.
We're done, right?
Yep.
You know, and then I have my sisters are my built-in best friends. I have 2 younger sisters. You know what I mean? They're not going anywhere. So I've just found that, you know, this expansion, it's interesting. Like, again, it's this, like, not duality, but dichotomy of, like, the expansion of my tribe because of how rich it is. Even though, like, the circle's gotten smaller. You know, it's like 5, 6 women.
Yep.
You know, a couple guys that are just like, yo, I can call them anytime. I need anything. I call them in the middle of the night and they're there. And they can do the same for me.
Yep.
So I think when we're younger, we have all these friends. I got all these friends. And then you get older, you're like, no, I don't.
And you reserve that term.
Yeah.
It's a very
covered.
tight term now. You're like, no. I know them.
Yes.
Oh, they're a colleague.
Yeah.
They're an acquaintance. They're, my biggest thing right now, I'm like, oh yeah, I know, I have someone, I know someone.
Yeah.
Or something like that, because I have been so particular, literally the last, like, I would say like 5 years, really, even more intentionally in the last year, where we just don't I can't throw that term around because it means so much to me. And I don't want to set myself up for disappointment when you fall short of what category that I misplaced you in. That's on me. I misplaced you in that category. I can't sit here and be mad at you for something that I misplaced you in. Yeah. I called you a friend, but you weren't a friend. But friend is because I got comfortable and it was easy, and it's easy to, like, pop a label on it or put it in a box. Like, that's a friend box. This is a family box. Like, that's it. But, like, I miscategorized you. It doesn't mean that person's bad.
No, it doesn't.
I just miscategorized you, and that's my bad.
Yeah. And I think too, for me, friends, do they make me better? Am I in a position where I help to make them better?
That's that iron sharpens iron mindset.
Yeah. And
you
if
have
that's
to.
not happening, we're not friends. We're acquaintances, but we're not friends. But it's interesting too, because for me, I'm a people person. I lead with this. Everybody can't. Most people don't deserve it, right? They deserve kindness. They deserve my respect. They deserve my good energy. But what comes from here, that's reserved for people that have the capacity to contain that and also pour it back into me. You know what I'm saying?
Again, the capacity.
This is the message that we needed to hear. It's funny because this happens to us. Like, the message becomes clear through the messenger, right? Like, God gives us what we need to hear. We just had this conversation this morning. We don't want to be nice. We want to be kind.
Yeah. And I'm still learning that lesson, Jordan. Trust me. And I had to learn it the hard way.
Nice. Where does nice get you?
Nowhere. Nice is performative. I think nice can be manipulated, and it's manipulative, I think, to be nice.
Yes.
And kind, there's intentionality behind kind. And I think also, back to the topic of even labeling someone as like a friend, me miscategorizing you as nice, but me categorizing you well, and, like, not that you deserve in a box, but, like, for me, for the way I need to move, that is being kind to myself. And that's honestly being kind to you, because how dare I place some expectations on you that, like, I didn't articulate because we weren't there for me to have said that this is a friend. I don't know what today's episodes are, because there is a I remember this brings me back to, like, youth summer camp of, like, big and, like, church camps, when it's like, you know, the I'm a friend of God song, right? And then it's like, I'm saying exactly, there it is. And he says, like, who am I that you were mindful of me? Who am I that you are mindful of me? And I think that, not that we're placing ourselves in this position that we are higher and mighty, but, like, I want people that call me friend to be like, who am I that you are mindful of me? And that it is mutual. And this highway is going, like, it's a two-way street. And so I think that's so powerful. And you just preached to my whole soul today about that. Like, this is just, it's so interesting with this podcast. It's such a gift, because I cannot tell you, and, like, Jordan, like, we'll echo this till, like, we're blue in the face of, we do these episodes and, like, the recording, like, we've been trying to get on this calendar for months, right? Trying to figure out like what works for us, and are we doing it in this city or doing it in this city? But this conversation happened when it was supposed to happen, because the things that you have said have been such a beautiful affirmation to us in different challenges, and like we're affirming the path that we're on is perfect still. It's perfect.
The path is perfect.
I'm just here talking, okay.
Conversations that just happen to be recorded.
I love it. I love it. I think that any conversation you have with someone should be edifying. So I think, this is just, and I'm kind of staying on track, but I'm veering a little bit. I had a podcast. It's on ice right now. And shout out to you guys for moving in this direction. It's very difficult to do podcasts. I think people don't understand what it takes from a planning and a production and a financial standpoint even. But I think
that part.
And even resources, but podcast culture has kind of agitated me a little bit because people don't understand that there still should be a level of edification that comes from communication. It's not enough to just get in front of a microphone and a camera and start talking. And we're having a lot of empty conversations. Not us, obviously, but in the podcast
Right,
space.
Agreed.
And so I think that, the intention for me anytime I'm talking to someone is first of all be listening, and then to be able to share, to pour, and then hopefully they feel compelled enough to pour back. If that's not happening, then it's pointless. And so if somebody asks me to do a podcast, I've told some people no. Because what is your message? What is your aim? Who are you trying to serve? If you're trying to serve yourself, I'm going to know that, and I'm going to tell you no. So watching you all, observing you, getting to know you, they move with intention. They're not self-serving. They really want to make a difference. And so of course I'm going to talk to them. And of course I'm hoping that what I say is going to be edifying for them and for the audience, because that's what matters.
We've watched it time and time again, and we just believe it so wholly that we elevate by elevating others. Yeah. And that's the whole premise of this company, and that's what we watched you do. Alex and I were so fortunate to come and meet you in New York at the Essence headquarters. So like, what an incredible moment. And we are so grateful for you for providing that. But we got to watch you do your thing and feel inspired and set new goals for ourselves that we didn't even know that we had, and watch the influence and begin to see the legacy that you're building. And that was a really special moment for us. And you do have a really unique platform. What legacy are you hoping to share with that?
Oh, wow. Before I answer that, I will say, are you all right over there?
I'm okay. I'm just a big baby. It's just so I can't tell you how affirming it is.
I don't get to do what I do without people like you all, So, you talk about the experience you had in New York. For me, it was an experience as well. I don't meet the Rashad Batemans if I don't meet you all, right? I don't have an opportunity to have these experiences if I don't meet you all. And so I hope you know how special and how meaningful the work that you do means to professionals like me, because it keeps me in positions to be able to have these type of conversations and to have employment, quite frankly. So thank you. I think for me with legacy, it's interesting. I have some nieces and nephews who I'm a rich auntie. I'm obsessed with them. I think they're amazing. It's just how you are. I think when you're a single rich auntie, you're obsessed with your nieces and nephews.
That's different. I hear you.
You're just obsessed. So I think about, from a legacy standpoint, what am I pouring into them? How am I exemplifying excellence in front of them? For them to be able to say, okay, TT Ree, I'm seeing her do this. And so one of the things I do is I try to involve them in the work that I do. So if I'm doing radio, I just had my niece and nephew in town last month. You want to get on the radio with me, Jackson? Aria, you want to get on the radio? And so we did some radio stuff, and they got to get inside my world. And I think it's important, especially with me living out of state from a lot of my family, for them to see, this is what she does. This is what I can do. These are my abilities. When you put young kids in front of microphones and cameras, it's interesting how they light up. I do the same thing with my nephew, Trey, and my niece, Layla. Trey is he loves it. Anytime he can get in front of that microphone, he's been doing this with me since he was probably 2 years old. So he has a good time, and Layla's super creative. So my nieces are creative. So what do? All right, let's get on the FaceTime. Show me what you drew today. And she just pops on, okay, do you see my screen? That kind of thing. So really trying to spend time with them. And then the balance, let's go have fun. Let's go to Dave & Buster's. Let's go to Topgolf. Let's go to get ice cream. Yeah. Just trying to show them balance, because I didn't always see that. When I was younger, it was basketball. I had fun moments with my family, and my parents took us on family vacations, but there was still an imbalance in my life because I was so basketball driven. And because my dad, shout out to my dad, he's an extremist. No shade. Dad.
Hey, Dad.
You got me to where I am now, but I didn't have that, so I try to give that back to them. Yeah. And I want the work that I do to mean something, Jordan. it doesn't, I can sit down and interview 500 people, but if somebody doesn't come up and say, wow, that was life changing, or wow, I didn't think about it that way, or even the interviewee, like, man, thank you. Like, my goal is when I talk to people for them to say thanks, because it's not about me. It's about their experience. It's about them getting an opportunity to be heard and seen. And so for me, it's just, I want to be very cognizant about what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. And not from a manipulative standpoint, but from, are my nieces and nephews and future children going to be able to watch this and say, wow, this really meant something? Are my parents going to be able to watch and say, wow, we're really proud of her. Like, she took the baton and ran with it. Or my sister's going to say, man, I'm so grateful this is my sister, right? So I think legacy it's an interesting term. I have a good friend, her name is Dr. Salette. It's called the Journal Boutique. Mm-hmm. And she's all about legacy. Like, her brand is built on it. She has journals that are all about like literally writing out legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? And I'll share the link with you.
Please.
But literally she has it, and she gifted it to me for my birthday. Oh. It's got a planner in there, but you can literally like put pictures and stickers and like literally whatever you want like your legacy to be. Legacy planning. And so it's interesting to use that term because it's not something I thought about much up until maybe like a year or so ago. Because when you're like young, you're moving around, you're not thinking about that, especially when it's just you, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, I just want to be able to tell truth in a way that's bold but not abrasive. I want to be able to tell beautiful stories. And for me, that's what legacy means right now. And I want people to be able to understand, like, you don't have to be contentious. You can be kind, like we talked about. And people will still watch, and they'll still listen, and they'll still care. Yeah. And so in a time now where a lot of times defamation and slander and gossip are the lead, there's still a light in you being authentically who God called you to be. And for me, it's being the adverse of that. There's no shade to people that's how they make their money, and like that's how you roll. Everybody has a niche, right? But for me, it's like, how can this be authentic? But how can it change somebody's life? How can it push them to think deeper about things or critically? So for me, that's what the legacy piece means.
Well, I can tell you that your legacy transcends your bloodline. So I know your nieces, your nephew, that's beautiful, but it is transcending your bloodline. And we just thank you for sharing space. It is, you can see it. Like, you've impacted us personally, professionally, and that's a part of legacy. Like, being able to share it, utilizing your influence for the impact to me, to us, to elevate, that's legacy. Oh, y'all, I just told on myself, y'all. There ain't nothing on this.
But that means we're having a conversation.
Like, that's
what it's for. Conversation.
That's it.
If you're doing this, we're not talking for real.
There ain't nothing on this card.
Nah.
Cue cards don't even matter.
That's right. They just need to see the signage of
it. It's just the logo, honestly. This is a word mark for us.
That's it. That's all we're doing right now. That's just talking.
We love to elevate the frequency through music. Music's a big part of our lives. Is there something that's on your playlist that's on repeat right now?
Jesus. Guys, I don't know if you know this. I've been wanting to be a DJ for many years. I love music. Like,
we love it.
I wanted to go to DJ school, and when I get a chance, I'm going to do it for real. So my family, it's a lot of musicians and singers in my family on both sides. I ended up in sports, not sure how that happened.
But here we are.
But here we are. And so I'm obsessed with music right now. Jade Nova, she has a single called 90s Fine, but there's an album, I think, in conjunction with that. That's so good. Also, Jane, what is Jane's name? Jane Hancock. I like her. She's like a cross between like a Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. She's got on her, but she's got the hip hop piece too. Kind of like a Lauryn Hill kind of vibe.
I love Lauryn Hill.
She has a song with Anderson .Paak called "Stare at Me." Oh, it's so good. So Jade Nova, Jane, I'm listening to her, and 90s R&B.
Because it's never going out of style.
That's all the time. And then Beyonce. I'm still on Renaissance though.
Same.
I'm on Renaissance. No shade to Cowboy Carter because we turned up last night. Yeah. But Renaissance, I'm still on that. I would love to see her do a true R&B album though. I need one more of those.
Like a Dangerously in Love
kind of. Yeah. Or I Am Sasha Fierce. Give us the best of both worlds. There's some ballads on I Am Sasha Fierce.
Agreed.
Sick. So that's kind of what I'm playing. Also, gotta shout out Selena Johnson.
Absolutely.
I'm really big on Chapter 3 right now. She's on a tour right now, and it's the 20th anniversary of Chapter 3.
Oh.
So she's on tour for that. So I've been blasting that. But yeah, those are my takes. I'm trying to think of any guy. I love Lucky Day.
I love Lucky Day.
And I think that's about it. Sometimes Tank, I'll throw him.
Okay. Honorable mention.
Yeah, honorable mention. But kind of all over the place. Hip hop wise, I love Kendrick.
Oh, we love Kendrick.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I like to call myself eclectic. Like you'll catch me listening to the Doobie Brothers sometimes. I think What a Fool Believes is one of the greatest songs ever written. And Stevie Wonder too. I'll get on some Stevie too. So I'm all over the place.
Great. Well, let's elevate that frequency. We'll make sure that those are added to, of course, the Elevate Collection playlists that are everywhere.
Old school.
We do. It's such an eclectic little vibey mix here. And as we close, we ask everyone on the podcast, if anyone listening to the sounds of our voices, watching this video, could help move your needle forward or make an impact to elevate you, what would your big ask be?
GoFundMe. No, I'm just
You said bet.
Rub me that money.
I would say follow me on social media. I'm sure you guys will say that, but I think that's the biggest driver for me. Just people to follow me Instagram at Shari_Nycole NYCOLE. Just share the content, right? Engage with the content. Let me know what's working and what's not. I'm at a place now where I can be open to feedback. Constructive criticism is a good thing. And man, if you're a publicist that I can barter with, maybe that would be huge. I feel like I'm in a place in my career where it's like I have everything else I need. And I call myself a media maven because it's the truth. I'm not capping on that. I can do everything, like from a production standpoint, on-camera standpoint, editing standpoint, writing standpoint, shooting standpoint. I do all of that. I have everything I need from a skill capacity, but I'm resource deficient in major areas. Not all, but some. That's the biggest one, right? So somebody can help drive. That's why I say Instagram is important for me. Get the followers up. That's what people are looking at. Okay, how talented you are sometimes.
That's the truth.
So the thing that separates me from a lot of people, follower count and somebody that's able to push them forward in front of the right people. So if you're somebody that knows somebody or somebody that has that capacity that I can work with in some way that doesn't put me on the street because I have to stay in my house and I want to get evicted. Please, let's do that. But that's the needle. And I feel like, if this is where I want to be, I'm right. I just need, that's going to push it. And I'm just honestly, transparently speaking, that's
exactly what we like to hear.
Yeah, that's exactly what we like to hear. And one big thing we learned earlier today, and we're having a conversation about is, we're talking about the following count and the things that do it for you, but it's the depth, not the deck.
Come on then, Jordan. Clock is.
It doesn't matter if you have,
but
500,000 followers.
I'm out here. When you're getting pitched, you get a lot of no's, and it's not. And this is the feedback that I get. She's great. She's got all the skill set. It's not that. It's just this person has this amount of followers. She has this amount, and so for some people, 23K is like, oh my God, you got 1 million. You got so many followers. But I'm going against people that have 500,000, 100,000, whatever. That's the difference, But I'm with you. I feel like at some point that's not going to matter because God is bigger than followers.
Yeah.
And when He says it doesn't matter, when He puts me in a position to be around people that say, we see you, we don't care about that.
Period.
We'll be the engine that pushes you to be able to get that later on down the line. I believe it will happen. So I'm with you on that. It's just in the moment sometimes.
We got a new movement. We got new goals in place. It's the depth, not the deck, okay? We're listening to messages. We're looking at the engagement. We're following the people who really are in it, doing it, loving it, making a difference.
That's because you lead with this too. That's why.
That's all we can do.
Heart led only.
Well, thank y'all so much for another episode. Thank you for spending your time with us. Time is
privilege.
It's all ours.
Privilege.
But it's a commodity we can't get back. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jordan.
We'll see y'all next time.